Have you ever pondered on the role of judges in upholding the Constitution? It's an intriguing thought, isn't it? The Constitution, that time-honored document, revered as the bedrock of our society, and the judges, the sworn guardians of its sanctity. Let's delve into this topic by first discussing the rules of civil procedure. According to these rules, no court has the power to create a rule that would infringe upon a constitutional right. This means that if the Constitution stipulates an obligation, no court ruling can strip away that constitutional right. In essence, the Constitution is the supreme law of the land, and judges in every state are bound by it. This binding is akin to a contractual agreement. Judges promise to uphold the Constitution, and a failure to do so, whether intentional or not, is tantamount to a breach of contract. This breach is regarded as a per se crime, a crime that is inherently illegal and doesn't require further proof of intent or circumstances. Now, imagine there's a ruling made through case law that instructs a judge to violate their obligations to the Constitution. This would be a direct alteration of the Constitution by a branch of government without the authority to do so. The only legitimate way to amend the Constitution is through the people, in line with Article 5. Any other method would be considered a seditious act by traitors to the nation. A state also cannot create a law that instructs their judges to act contrary to the Constitution. That would be a violation of Article 1, Section 10, as it would be impairing the obligation of contracts. So the role of judges is clear. They are obligated to uphold the Constitution regardless of instructions from the judicial branch or a state to do otherwise. And remember, any breach of this obligation is automatically the crime of perjury. This isn't a trivial matter. Perjury is a crime and a violation of public trust, which makes the judge unfit to continue in their office according to Article 3. Which stipulates that judges must maintain good behavior. Good behavior is defined as the avoidance of criminal behavior. If a judge commits a crime, especially one that violates public trust, they can no longer remain in a leadership capacity. They cannot be trusted to hold an office and wield the delegated authority of the people. Interestingly, a trial isn't even necessary to remove them from office, since perjury is a per se crime, evident by the breach of obligation. In summary, judges are bound by the Constitution, and any deviation from this is a breach of their obligation. This breach is a per se crime, leading to their removal from office. The Constitution can only be altered by the people, and any attempt to do so otherwise is a seditious act. Judges are expected to uphold the Constitution, regardless of instructions from the judicial branch or a state to do otherwise. And finally, any breach of this obligation is automatically considered perjury, a crime that leads to their removal from office. So, the role of judges in upholding the Constitution, it's paramount. It's a responsibility that's both a privilege and a promise to protect and serve the principles on which our society is built.